Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do a review slash recap with my opinion on 90 Day Fiance Season 9, Episode 11. It's titled, How to Marry a Stripper. They showed all 7 couples this episode. It was so long. And forgive me, I have no eye makeup on. I tried to put some lashes on. I tried to put some eyeliner on. I tried to put some mascara on. No, not mascara. Eyeliner and some lashes on, and my eye just started tearing and burning. And so no eye makeup, just some foundation and lipstick. And this lipstick was supposed to be red, but on camera it don't look red. It looks purple or pink, hot pink or something. But we're gonna roll with it. Let's get started. So the first couple we're gonna talk about is Colby and Emily. Colby and Emily, they go bed shopping. Colby, he does a lewd act on the bed. I don't know what got into Colby. Emily, told him, don't put your foot on the bed. She's always telling him something. But instead of going bed shopping, they need to go crib shopping. They're going bed shopping to get a bed big enough to fit all 3 of them. Them and the baby. That's ridiculous. Go crib shopping. Get that baby a crib. Let him sleep by himself. That's just so damn dumb. Okay, so they found a nice, big, vibrating bed. It's nice. I like it, but I like a high bed. It wasn't high enough for me. I like my beds to be nice and high, Bed. I like a bed that comes, when you're standing up beside it, the bed comes to your waist. I'm 5'1", so that's a nice, high-sized bed, So the next scene is Colby, Emily, and Emily's father. They go ring shopping for Emily. And Emily may be a harpy, but she is the type of chick that gets what she wants. Her sister already knows that she has a ring, that Emily bought herself a ring. But yet, she still goes ring shopping for Emily. So in this scene, I noticed that Colby is wearing a ring also on his ring finger. He's wearing a ring. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. So the salesperson showed Colby a ring that cost $7,000. Colby is flabbergasted. Colby said he only have $4,000. Colby said in Cameroon, where he's from, with $4,000, you can get land, you can get a business, you can get a yacht, you can get a helicopter, you can buy a village. He didn't say all that, but you can get a lot for $4,000 in Cameroon. But here, in the States, Colby told the salesperson that he only wants to spend $1,000. He should have told the salesperson that he wants to spend about $800. That way he'll probably spend $900 because he pushed that price up. Colby ended up buying a ring. It was cute, a nice ring that cost $1,152. It wasn't bad, but the ring Emily bought for herself is nicer. It's bigger. I'm not going to say that. Is it nicer? It's bigger. Let's say it's bigger. I don't know what she paid for that ring. So the next scene, Emily and Colby, they go to a restaurant for date night. They have sake, they have sushi. And then the waitress brings over champagne on the house. And of course, Emily's ring that Colby bought is in her champagne glass. And she acted like she didn't see the damn ring when she put the damn glass to her mouth. She saw that ring. She's such a horrible actress. Like, oh, what is this? Oh. She's a fake. She can't act. I can't act either, but damn, I'm not on TV pretending to act. So Colby puts the ring on her finger. And now she wants to go home and knock boots all night long. But when they get home, the entire family is there sitting in the living room. So she shows them the ring and they're all in ooh. And they tell Colby he did a great job. And everybody loves the ring. And Colby is all smiles. But now, this controlling freak Emily, she's feeling guilty. She's feeling guilty for jumping the gun and going to buy her own ring. So everybody but Colby and the father knows that Emily bought this ring. So Emily says, I have something to confess. Colby says, what? And she gives Colby the box that contained the ring that she bought. Colby takes it and he says, what's this? And she tells him that she bought her own ring. Colby said, why? She said, in case you didn't buy me a ring. And she said she liked the ring that she bought. The father said, I didn't know you had enough money to buy your own ring. Father, the poor father, he's like, what? The father looked like he's more shocked than Colby is. Colby looks hurt, and the father is shocked. He's like, where the hell she get money from? She works part-time as I think, nanny or something? I don't know. So you see, this is what, oh, this looks crooked. This is what the father gets. While he's busy talking about asking Colby what's his plans and how much money he has and when is he going to get a job and what kind of skills he have and how you going to support my grandson and my daughter and I'm coming with you when you ring shop so you don't spend up all your money. While he's all up in Colby's arse, Emily's behind his back doing her own thing. You should have been up Emily's arse is what you should have been doing. But no, you're concentrating on Colby, following him around, making sure he don't spend up all the $4,000 that he brought with him to the States. With Emily behind your back doing her own little thing. Who knows what Emily done bought? So Emily lies and said that the jeweler told her that she can return the ring if something else comes up. Now, I haven't been in a jewelry store in a long time. I have no reason to go to a jewelry store. I'm not buying no ring for nobody. Ain't nobody buying no ring for me. So, I don't think there's any jeweler that's going to sell you a ring and they say, bring it back if he buys you another ring. Or if you get a better ring. Who's going to say that to her? Lying ass Emily. Oh my gosh. So, Colby is pissed. Emily said she would take the other ring back and she apologized to Colby. And I'm surprised that she apologized because she always right and she always do everything right and no, everybody else is wrong and she's running stuff. But she apologized to him and I'm very surprised that she did that. But Colby is still pissed. He feels insulted. Fingers. Okay. So he just takes his butt off to bed. And that's the end of Colby and Emily. Next up, we have Blah and Shida. People call her Shaida. Her name is, I think, look like it's spelled Shaida, but I think Blah calls her Shida. You know what? I think he calls her Shida because his ex-wife and Shida's name are pronounced the same way or is the same name. But we're going to call her Shida. I like Shida. Okay, so Shida is upset about the prenup. She tells Blau she wants time alone. Blau goes to talk to his sister, who is designing a wedding dress for Shida, which is really nice. It's nice that she's doing it. I didn't see the dress. I'm just saying it's nice that the sister is doing that for Shida. But maybe she's trying to save her what do you call him? Her brother money. I don't know. Blau tells his sister about the prenup. Meanwhile, Shida is in the bedroom and she FaceTimes her family and she's telling them about the prenup. And her family, they're not happy with this prenup, but they give her some good advice. They told her, she needs to state what she wants also in this prenup. And I agree with that 100%. They need to compromise. In the meantime, Blau is telling his sister that everyone he has loved has left him. Blah, 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 blah. People, all the women you've loved, because I don't think you know what love is, has left you because you're a buffoon. Okay? You're a buffoon. These are the type of buffoonery things. Is that a word? We're going to make it a word. Buffoonery things he does. He FaceTime Shida with a blank wall behind him because he thinks she'll only like him for the nice things that he have. You're crazy, Blau. Move this over. You're out of your effing mind. You're crazy. Why would you do something like that? But yet, he goes to visit her in Trinidad with expensive luggage, expensive suits, expensive watches. So, you want her to like you because you have all these nice things? Or you don't want her to like you, that's why you FaceTime her with a blank wall behind you? What is it? What is it? Then he picks her up in a disgusting van. Then he takes her to a disgusting house that's falling apart. Then he throws her under the bus when she meets his mom for the first time. Then after she smacked him upside the head a couple of times, he threatens to leave her on the side of the road. Then when they go to Jumas, he ignores her and don't introduce her to nobody. Bilal is an ass. You're an ass, Bilal. That's why women leave you. This is crooked too. Everything's crooked. That's why women leave you, Bilal. You're an ass. You are. Face it. When you watch the show, you'll realize what an asshole you are. Well, I'm going to speak for all women, you know. Women leave relationships because they are unhappy. Okay? I had 2 marriages and 2 divorces, and guess what I did? I walked away. Guess why? I was unhappy. Women leave relationships when they're unhappy. Okay, Bilal? I'll tell you one more thing. I think most women cheat when they feel ignored. So don't be ignoring Shida. Don't be doing that. Don't you do that. She's a cute girl. And there's guys out here that will snap her up just like that. So you keep ignoring her when you get mad at her and see what happens. What did I say? Happy wife, happy life? Think about that, Blau. You've been divorced twice, just like me. And now you want to do it a 3rd time? You better learn from your mistakes. Okay? Okay. My sinus is bothering me again. Oy. So the next scene, Bilal and Shida are packing to go back to Kansas. And I don't know what the hell is wrong with Shida. First, she messes up the man's floor with water, leave water all over the place. Then she take the dirty utensils and put in the drawer with the clean utensils. She put pins on the man's couch instead of putting the pins where they're in a little box or something or a container where they belong. What the hell is her freaking problem? Now she's supposed to be packing to go back to Kansas from Atlanta, and she's shoving the clothes in the damn suitcase or bag instead of folding them. Who does that? What the hell is wrong with her? He has to tell her, if you fold the clothes, they'll fit better in the bag. Why does he have to tell her that? How come she doesn't know that? Why would you want to just stuff your clothes in a bag and then have wrinkled up, dirty, nasty looking clothes? Why would you want to do that to your clothes? I don't know if she's putting on an act or she's just trifling. I think she's putting on an act because she's 37 years old and she don't know that she need to fold the clothes to put them in the suitcase. How does she put the clothes in the drawer after she washed them? After they come out of the dryer? And then she wants to have kids? Girl, I just don't know with her. I just don't know. Anyway, she asked him if she can have a conversation with his lawyer. He says, about what? What are you talking about? What? She tells him that she wants to put a time frame in the prenup about having kids. He said, what the hell are you talking about? She said her having kids, she want to put in the prenup that she needs to have kids before she's 40 years old. And then he said some nonsense about waiting to see how the relationship goes before they have kids. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Y'all been engaged. You've been back and forth from Trinidad to see her. It's just like, what's the other couple? I can't think right now. But y'all been engaged. You asked her to marry. You went to Trinidad. You FaceTime her constantly. Then you went over to Trinidad. You asked her to marry you. You came back to the States. You did a 9-day visa thing, and now she's here. And now she's here, and you're talking about, oh, let's get to know each other first, see if the relationship's gonna work before we get married. You know what, Bilal? She's 37 and she wants to have a child before 40. If y'all get married, just go ahead and give her damn child within the year of the marriage, or a year after the marriage. That seems reasonable to me. Stop tripping. Then she's being rough with the zipper to the bag, and he had to tell her, please be gentle with the zipper. Why does somebody have to tell her that? What is wrong with Shida? Shida, Lita. What the hell is wrong with her? I agree that they need to compromise with the prenup. And I agree that she needs to stop trying to damage the man's zipper to his damn expensive luggage. Louis Vuitton, I don't know what the hell that is. I don't have expensive luggage. I buy my luggage from Walmart. Nice big suitcase for $60. Thank you. It works just fine. And then they take that bag, and then when you check the bag in, they throw the bag all over the place and do all kinds of things with that bag. Why would I buy expensive luggage? No. It ain't that time of party over here, okay? I don't know what's wrong with Shida, though. Anyway, at this point, I feel like their storyline is fake, and they're both horrible actors. That's how I feel about these two. That's the end of Shida and Blau. Next up, Binyam and Ariella. Ari put on heels, lipstick, an outfit with her belly hanging out to go meet her ex-husband, Leandro. Again, with this damn Leandro. He went to Ethiopia, and now he's hanging out with her. So she goes to meet him, her ex-husband, Leandro. They sit down at some outdoor restaurant, and they're talking. Then Binyam shows up, and Binny tells the camera that it's disrespectful to have Leandro there, and he's uncomfortable. And I bet you if the shoe was on the other foot, she would feel the same way. She wouldn't even have it. She wouldn't have his ex-girlfriend being best friends with him, hanging out with him. She wouldn't like that one freaking bit. And I'm on Binyam's side. I wouldn't like that shit either. My man hanging out with his ex-wife? Why? Y'all are divorced. You with me now. Let her go on about her business. We can't be friends with her. No. And they have no kids together, no ties, no property, nothing together. And now they're friends, they're best friends. I'm not having it. So they talk about Binyam's fight. And Ari told Leandro that Benny ended the fight the same way Benny ended him. And the producers, they're so messy. They showed clips of when Leandro came to Ethiopia and Benny hit him in the forehead, say, wake up, wake up, wake up. They were sparring, and I guess Leandro wasn't punching fast enough for Benny's liking, and Benny was hitting him in the forehead saying, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. And then Benny took him to the floor and choked him out. And the producers showed the clip of that. I was like, some messy ass producers. But it was hilarious. Benny is funny. He told Leandro that he has another fight in 2 months and maybe he should practice with him. Leandro's like, oh no, you practice with somebody who has experience. You're not going to practice with me. So, what happened next? So, Ari tells Leandro that Benny practiced with a girl. She'll never let that go. She's gonna, whenever they have an argument, she's gonna bring that up for life. She will never let that go. By the way, I heard rumors that they're still together. Poor Binyam. I don't know how he put up with that chick. So they talk about the Ethiopian New Year. And Binyam wants to take the entire family to an Ethiopian restaurant. And because Ariella, whatever, wants so much attention, she wants all the attention on her, she invites Leandro to come to the celebration, the Ethiopian New Year's Day celebration. And Biniam told Leandro that if you're busy, you don't have to come. But you don't want him there. It's a family thing. So Biniam says, if you're busy, you don't have to come. But that schmuck Leandro, he can't read the room. He says, I'll come. Instead of saying, no, I won't come. I'm busy or whatever. Don't want, whatever. He goes, I'll come. Biniam should tell him to bring a date. Come and bring a date. Bring yourself a date. But when Leandro said he wanted to come, Ari was happy as a clam. Because all the attention is going to be on her. Her family's going to be paying her attention. Biniam is going to be paying her attention. Leandro is going to be paying her attention. All the attention will be on her. She is the nucleus that holds everybody together. She's like a Emily. Emily wants to be in the center, and everybody surrounds her. She holds everything together. She wants everybody's attention on her. So the next scene is everybody's at the restaurant to celebrate Ethiopian New Year. And the mother is happy to see Leandro. She is ecstatic to see Leandro. But the poor father just sitting there. He's just sitting there. He couldn't care less. The mother claims that Leandro is family. He was family. He's your daughter's ex-husband. Y'all ain't family no more. Okay? And I think it's effed up. So the food comes, and Biniam is telling them about the food. What is what, right? And then the mother, who supported Biniam last episode, when her daughter wouldn't, this episode, it's like she have it in for Biniam. She was very rude to Biniam. As far as I'm concerned, she was very rude to Biniam. In the middle of Biniam talking about the food and explaining what's what, she turns to Leandro and says, and asks him about his food in Argentina. She's like, what about your food in Argentina? She has to turn her back on poor Biniam. Biniam is talking about Ethiopian food. It's Ethiopian Day. That's why they're there. She turns her back and starts talking to Leandro about his Argentina food. It ain't Argentina Day. It's Ethiopian New Year's Day. That was so rude. I found the mom to be ratchet this episode. She disappointed me. I think I'm going to cross her off my nice list. Last episode, she was on my nice list. She ain't on my nice list this episode. And then she had the nerve to be wearing the Ethiopian colors. Go wear the Argentina colors then. Then Ari jumps in and she starts talking about and she started talking about the food from Argentina. God forbid somebody leave her out of a conversation. I tell you. But they're both out of order. Both her and her mother, they're out of order. It's Ethiopian New Year's Day. So in Ethiopia, they feed each other. And Ari says it's a sign of respect and affection. So Ari feeds her mother. And then she feeds her father. And Leandro talking about, I'm going to feed myself. Oh, no. You accepted the invitation to come to Ethiopian Day. That's in their culture. They feed each other. You're going to get fed. You should have politely declined to come. But no, you don't know how to read a room. I'll come. So Benny said, I'll feed him. Because Ari was like, do you want me to feed you? She wanted to feed Leandro. So Benny was like, I'll feed him. Benny got a whole wad of food and shoved it in the man's mouth. I said, oh. The mother said, you're trying to choke him. Me like, shouldn't have come. Leandro is sitting there, a lot of food in his mouth. He ain't chewing. He ain't swallowing. He want to spit that shit out. He had a bunch of food in his mouth. He finally chewed it and swallowed it. Swallowed it down. That's what he get for coming. You should not be there. It's a family thing. Moron. So then the mother said, you're trying to choke him. And then Messy Ari, she said, again, because Benny had choked him out when he came to Ethiopia, so Benny trying to choke him now with food. In the meantime, Leandro is just, he finally chews and swallowed the damn food down. But I know he wanted to spit that shit out. So Leandro talks to the camera and he said Benny is trying to eliminate the threat at all costs. So he thinks he's a threat. He's a threat to who? Who are you a threat to, Leandro? From Argentina. Who are you a threat to? That when he says Binyam is trying to eliminate the threat, that means, to me, that means that Leandro has an agenda. Is he trying to get Ari back or what? He's trying to eliminate the threat. You're a threat too. If Leandro is trying to get back with Ari, for me, Leandro, he needs a makeover. Yeah, he needs a makeover. He needs a haircut. He needs to get some contact lenses. He needs a shave. He needs a nose job. He needs nicer clothes. And he needs to learn how to fight a little bit. Then maybe he can compete with Binyam. Right? Yeah. Anyway, next, Ari's Spencer sister shows up. And she's dressed a little sexy. She's got like a little thing around her neck. She got like a V thing showing some cleavage. She kind of look a little bit sexy. But then she has this ugly wrap on. Like an old lady scrunched over. Trying to hide the sexiness. Why put on a sexy outfit and then cover it up? Why? What? What's that all about? So she only hugs Leandro. She hugs nobody else. She don't hug her parents. She don't hug her sister Ari. She don't give Avi a little kiss on the forehead. She doesn't hug Binyam, who is his Ethiopian New Year's Day. The only person she hugged is Alejandro. Then she sits beside him. That's trying to tell me something. I'm reading too much into it, aren't I? But I don't care. If she wants to catch Leandro's eye, she needs a makeover too. She needs some highlights. She needs to curl her hair. She needs to get rid of that old ugly shawl that she's wearing, trying to cover up the sexiness. Don't cover up the sexiness. She needs to get contact lenses too, because them glasses was ugly. And she needs to splash some makeup on her daggone face. Then maybe Alejandro won't be so infatuated with Ari. You know what I'm saying? Sex it up a little bit, sister. I don't even know her name. And if they get together, he'll definitely now be a part of the family, you know? And then they can have Argentina night. Right? See how amazing I am at solving people's problems for them? I'll tell you. So Benny is telling them about Ethiopian New Year. And he's telling them that people make new changes. It's similar to New Year's when you make resolutions. You want to start over fresh and I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to go to church more. You just make... And then the next day you're like, I ain't going to no church. I'm going to order me some food. I'm going to eat some cake, some pie, some ice cream. Right. So anywho, Alejandro pipes up and asks, what changes are you going to make in this relationship in order to make it work? No, he didn't say that. How dare you? If I was Benny, I would tell Leandro, I would ask him, what changes did you make in your relationship with Ari for in order for your relationship to work? Oh, I'm sorry, y'all are divorced. Your relationship did not work. The nerve of this bastard. Bastardo. How dare this four-eyed, big-nosed, scruffy-looking Argentina son of a batch? How dare him? Anyway, they start discussing their relationship, and Alejandro looks pleased, like he started something, like he started some argument or something. But he didn't start nothing. They disagree like this all the time. He ain't starting nothing. Alejandro needs to go get a life. Yeah, he needs to get a life. Then Ari asks her mother, her sister, and Alejandro. Why I keep saying Alejandro? It's Leandro to go wedding dress shopping with her. And that's when my light bulb came on for me. That's when the light bulb came on for me. That's when I realized what's really going on. This is what's going on. Ari think of Leandro as a girlfriend. She's not physically attracted to him. She's not. He's not. We have never really seen his body. He's just. He has no attraction. She's not physically attracted to him. She was with him for 10 years. No baby. She was with Benny for 3 days. Voila. Baby Avi. She's not physically attracted to him. But Benny does not understand why Ari wants Leandro to help her pick out the wedding dress. But it's okay, Benny. Don't worry. Leandro is no threat to you. She's not physically attracted to him. But Benny is funny. Benny basically said in his confessional that Leandro may try to sneak a peek at Ari when she's trying on her dress. That was hilarious. Ari said when her and Leandro got married, Leandro picked the dress. See? He's like a girlfriend to her. He's not like a lover. She's not physically attracted to that man. And then the mother, for some reason, she has it out for Benny this episode. She said, well, Leandro can pick out the bra. What? Benny is looking like, is this the lady that had my back last episode? Who's this lady was praying for me last episode? Because she turned her back on you this episode. In his confessional, Benny said he wished Leandro would get the hell out of his life and leave them the F alone. He didn't say all that, but that's basically what he said. That's the end of Ari, Benny, and Leandro. Next is Patrick and Thais. So after Patrick's temper tantrum last episode, this episode, he's back to the Patrick that we're used to seeing. He makes breakfast for Thais and he tells her that he's taking her to Vegas. Last episode, he was bitching about all the money he spent on her and refused to spend money on decorating the house. But now, he wants to spend money on a trip to Vegas. But you know what? I kind of understand that. Because I'd rather go take a trip than decorate and use that money. I'd rather use my money to take a trip than to decorate the house. I already have a roof over my head. What the hell do I need with decorations? I'd rather use that money for decorations and go take a trip somewhere. So I kind of understand where he's coming from. I do understand where he's coming from. But Thais is excited to go to Las Vegas. I guess in her country, Brazil, she heard about Las Vegas, all the lights, the casino, and the shows and everything. So she's excited to go to Las Vegas. And Patrick has another brother that lives in Vegas. We just can't get away from Patrick's brothers, can we? A brother in Dallas, a brother in Vegas. Daggone it, Patrick. The next day, they fly to Vegas. Patrick tells the camera that when he was in high school, his mother got a job in Las Vegas, and he lived there for almost 14 years, and he wants Thais to see where he grew up. Thais is happy. She is loving the sights. She's taking pictures. Then they get to the hotel to rest before meeting the brother. And even though fighting is exciting, and entertaining, not exciting. Fighting, when you see the couples on TV fighting, it's entertaining. But also, you know, when I sometimes also like to see them get along too, you know, and they're getting along, having a good time. So later that day, they're driving, and Patrick tells Thais that he left Vegas due to his mother's drug use, and he felt guilty for leaving because he was the older one. And when he left, his brother had to stay with family members. But I say Patrick had a life to live. His brother is not his child. His brother, the responsibilities was his parents to take care of their kid. It's not his responsibility to take care of his brother. You know, him feeling guilty, he shouldn't have to feel guilty for that. he has a life that he needs to live too, you know. So they meet up with Matthew, who is Patrick's brother, and Matthew's husband, Carlos, at a restaurant. So they are talking and talking, and they're enjoying each other's company, it seems. And Thais tells them she's run off at the mouth too much, and she make it slip that her father does not know that her and Patrick are going to get married. So Patrick is flabbergasted. He's flabbergasted. He's dumbfounded. He's perplexed. He's surprised. He's shocked. Patrick was like, what? So Patrick doesn't want to get into it in front of his brother, so he just let it slide. So after they said their goodbyes to Matthew and Carlos, and they're in the car driving, Patrick put Thais' feet to the fire. He said to her, you didn't tell your dad that we were getting married? And she told him, yes, I didn't tell him. And Patrick asked her, why does he think? Patrick asked her, what does he think? And Thais answers the question. Thais doesn't answer the question. Instead, she says, I will tell him after we get married. And then Patrick says, why? And Thais said, her dad is jealous. I don't know why she keeps saying her dad is jealous. I don't know why she keeps saying that. Patrick wants her to tell her father that they are getting married. Thais does not want to tell Thais does not want to tell Patrick that her father does not like him. Patrick tells her that he can ask her father for her hand in marriage. And I'm saying, why didn't you do that before you proposed to her? You should have went to the father and said, can I have Thais' hand in marriage? And he would have said, hell no. And then we wouldn't be having this conversation right here, right now. In his confessional, Patrick says that maybe Thais is in the States for a free vacation. And maybe he's the stupid one thinking that they're going to get married. Thais said it's her choice whether or not to tell her father. I think Thais is not telling her father because her father is going to cry and beg her to come back to Brazil and not marry Patrick. Because when she was leaving, he thought she was coming back and he was bawling like a baby. He was tears running down his face. I don't understand why he was crying like that. As far as he was concerned, she was just coming to the States for a little while and then coming back to Brazil, and he was crying. What is he going to do when he finds out that she's not coming back and she's marrying Patrick? I kind of don't blame her for not telling him, because that man was bawling like a baby when he thought she was coming back. What is he going to do now? Next scene, Patrick and Thais are in their hotel room, and Thais tells him that she is going to call her father and tell him about Vegas. So Patrick asks her if she's also going to tell him that she's getting married. She said, no, I already told you that. I'm not telling him. In his confessional, Patrick said, Thais is being childish. And I agree. She is being a childish little coward. But it's her father. If you don't agree with her, that's her damn father. That's her father and her relationship with her father. Oh, well. Patrick said he is not going to let it go. He's going to keep on harassing her until she agrees to tell her father. He says her father needs to know that we are getting married. But if the shoe was on the other foot, Thais, if he wasn't telling his people that he was going to marry you, you would think that he's keeping you as a dirty little secret. So I kind of understand his hurt feelings. So they disagree back and forth. He is saying, you need to tell your father. And she's saying, I'll tell him when I fucking feel like it. She didn't say the F word, but she said, I'll tell him when I feel like it. Or after we get married. So he says, if you don't tell him, then we're not getting married. So she tells him that she's going to call her father, and he better not say a word about them getting married. Patrick tells her to call her father by herself. He said he's not going to be a part of this lie, and he leaves out the door. Bye. Don't let the door hit you. So Thais calls her father and tells him that she is in Las Vegas. She shows him the view from the room. Okay, interruption here. The kitchen in the hotel room looks bigger and better than the kitchen in the Dallas house. Okay, so now back to the scheduled program. Thais said in her confessional that she will lie now and apologize and explain later to her father. Thais said if she asks her father for permission to marry Patrick, he will say, "Don't marry that weightlifting, thick-necked fool." She didn't say all that, but she said he'll say no. Okay? And don't get mad at me. He is a weightlifter and his neck is thick. Okay? The father asked her, "When are you coming back?" Interruption. It amazes me how her and her father look nothing alike. His complexion is 10 times darker than hers. His nose is straight, just straight. Hers isn't. And his eyes are sunk in. Hers isn't. They look nothing alike, okay? Absolutely nothing alike. Now back to the schedule program. Thais tells him that she will call him at a later date to talk to him about when she is coming back to Brazil, which is never. And it was funny to me that the father never asked about Patrick. He said, "So how is Patrick? Where is Patrick?" Nothing. So later that day, they are in the car going somewhere and still talking about her telling her father about them getting married. This shows know how to beat a damn dead horse. Man, I'm telling you. They talk about the same thing over again. Dang. Anyway, they're driving and Thais is giving him directions. From her phone, she's taking him somewhere to surprise him. So they pull up at a Vegas chapel. And Thais is excited. She is ready to get married. Thickneck is not happy. He says hell no. He says he wants a real wedding. Thickneck said, "This is how you marry a stripper." And that is the end of Patrick and Thais. Thickneck. Next is Eve and Muhammad. I'm trying to rush through because I don't know if I have enough space on my camera for this long video. So we have Eve and Muhammad. Oh my gosh, I cannot stand Eve. Eve, she gets on my last nerves. Okay, let's go. Eve and Muhammad go to a gym and they sign him up for a membership. And Eve is wearing a spaghetti strap workout top. And she asks Muhammad if it's okay for her to wear this. Why didn't she ask him that at the house? Why she wait till she's at the gym to ask him that? You know what she's doing? She's poking the bear. And this is what she does. She pokes him. She tries to get him upset so that they can have a disagreement or an argument. So she waits until she gets to the gym. She goes, "Is this okay to wear?" And you know what? Muhammad is more mature than she is. He said, "I'm not taking the bait. I'm going to keep the peace. I'm going to just work the hell out. I'm going to work out. I'm going to keep the peace. I'm not going to take that bait. I'm not saying nothing." He said, "That's inappropriate, but I'm going to leave her the hell alone because she's trying to poke me and I know what she's trying to do." We all see it, Eve. We all see it. Hello. She should have worn a damn t-shirt. When I used to go to the gym, I used to wear a nice, big, comfortable, long t-shirt. Cover up my belly, my butt, everything. I think people who dress sexy to go to the gym, they're going there to find a date. Anyway, Muhammad is trying to keep the peace. Plus, he wants to work out. He doesn't have time to be arguing with her. Because that's all she wants to do is argue. Because she thinks it makes her segment more interesting when they argue. So he told her, yes, the top is okay. Leave me alone. Okay. Let's see. So, okay, she's lifting weights. And she's doing the ones that you push like this. And pull back in. You push out and pull back in. And she's doing it wrong. She's locking her arms. She's like this. You're not supposed to lock your arms like that. You're supposed to keep your arms bent like this. Like that. And she's doing this. And he's not correcting her. And I know he knows better. I mean, don't get on those damn weights if you don't know what the hell you're doing. You're going to hurt yourself. You're going to tear something. You're going to break something. Don't do that. They need to put up signs saying, "Don't get on this machine unless somebody has instruct you on how to use it properly." Because she don't know what the hell you're doing. That's not how you lift weights. Okay? Eve, annoy her, poke the bearer. Anywho, so they both go on a treadmill, and Eve basically tells him that she wants a baby. Here she goes. She's trying to find topics to irritate him so they can have an argument / disagreement so that her segment will be interesting. He didn't take the bait with the baby either. In his confessional, Muhammad said that if they have a baby, great. If they don't, no problem. He doesn't have an issue with that. She probably thought, oh, he's young. He's going to want kids. Let me throw that out there. Because if he had said, yeah, I do want kids. I want about 3 kids. She'd be like, well, I'm too old to have kids. I can't do it. So she threw the baby out there to see what he would say. And he didn't take the bait. He was like, okay, if we have kids, we have kids. If we don't, we don't. He said he's going to leave it up to God. Good response, Muhammad. Good response. So she got to find another subject to poke him with, because the top, wearing that skimpy top didn't help, didn't work for her. He didn't have an issue with that. Having a baby, he didn't have an issue with that. So now she got to find another topic for him to have an issue with. What's the next thing she says? Oh, she wants to know what religion, if they were to have a kid. He just told her, I don't care if we have a kid. If we have a kid, we have a kid. If we don't, we don't. Now she's talking about, if we have a kid, what religion is the kid going to be? You think she's not doing that to poke this man? You think she's not doing this because she knows what he's going to say? And Muhammad said, I want my kid to be Muslim. And she goes, well, what if he doesn't want to be Muslim? He said, my child is going to be raised Muslim, and then when he gets old enough, then he can decide what he wants to do. But my child is going to be raised Muslim. And she knew it was going to be an issue with him. I can't stand Eve. I really can't stand Eve. But I call bull with Eve. I call bull with Eve. She's just trying to start an argument. Muhammad refused to take the bait, and now she's just stirring the pot. She's just trying to find something that he's going to disagree with. Saying she wants a baby. Look, I already said that. Well, let me tell you something. I call bull because I'm pretty sure Eve does not want a baby. Eve can barely take care of her son. She asked Muhammad to stay home and take care of her son. She can't even take care of her son. Have disabilities, and she can barely take care. He doesn't even live with her the majority of the time, and she can't take care of him. Now she wants a baby. You don't want no daggone baby. For one thing, you're too old. I shouldn't say that, but it's the truth. And for another thing, you're too busy with your job. And for another thing, you're too busy with I can't remember her surname, Therian, something like that. So she don't have time for a baby. When she don't have time for a baby, and she has to work. She's the main breadwinner in the family. She has to work. She can't take off maternity leave. Who's gonna be working? Eve is full of crap. Okay, she don't want no daggone baby. But then Muhammad starts saying some things that I think some people are going to give him negative feedback. Muhammad said, if Eve raised the child her way, the child will grow up drinking alcohol and dating, and basically won't know right from wrong. He said Eve was raised with too much freedom, and basically she is not good enough to raise his child. That's what he said. Then he tells her, if my child is not Muslim, then I'm not having a child with you. My thing is, Muhammad, if you think that she is not good enough to raise your child, that's telling me that you think lowly of her. So why are you with someone you think that low of? That's the end of Eve and Muhammad. Next we have Miona and Jabri. I'm so sick of Jabri and his parents. I'm sick of them. Huh? I can't with Jabri. Okay, so Jabri's stepfather is cooking, and the mother and the grandmother, they're setting the table, and the mother is telling the grandmother that she told Jabri about her concerns about him marrying Miona. So the mother did not get Jabri to cancel the wedding, so now she plans on going in on Miona. The grandmother said, I don't think I want to stay for dinner then. Then she says, okay, I'll stay, but no knives on the table. Grandma funny. So Miona and Jabri, they walk through the door and they haven't said a word. They haven't done anything. All they did was walk through the door and the mother is doing the most. She grabs the back of the chin. She goes, calm, calm, calm. I'm like, Jabri, mother, stop it. Stop it with the antics. Just cut it out. Try and act mature, especially when you're on camera. Try. Just try. So Miona and Jabri, they say hello to the stepfather. They hug the mother and the grandmother. And they sit down to eat. And then Jabri's mother goes in. Jabri's mother says to Jabri, why are you going along with something you have concerns about? Then Jabri turns to Miona and says, I am stressed now. How stressed am I going to be when we get married? Did I miss something? No, I didn't. And Jabri, he's too immature for life. Everyone stresses Jabri out. His parents stress him out. Miona stress him out. David stresses him out. What he needs to do is move out of his parents' house, dump Miona, and quit being friends with David. Problem solved, Jabri. You are now stress-free. But when he said that to Miona, I don't think I understood what she said. I think she said, we have 90 days to get married and we are handling it. What she should have said is, Jabri, if you don't want to marry me, then let me know right now. That's what she should have said to him. But the grandmother pipes in and she says, it's a lot of pressure to get married in a short time. But Grandma, they have been engaged for a while. Even maybe 2 years now they've been engaged. He proposed to her, then filed for this visa for her to come to the States. So it hasn't been a short while. They've known each other. They've been talking to each other on the phone. He's been over to Serbia to visit her. He's been filing this visa. This visa takes, 2 to 3 years or whatever. They've been engaged for a while now. So why are you saying it's too, what you say, it's too soon to get married? If I was Mayona, that's what I would say. I would be like, we've known each other for more than 2 years. We have 90 days to get married. What is the problem? So the mother asks, what would happen if you don't get married? And by her asking that question, you could tell that Jabri told her what Miona said. If we don't get married, then I'm going to leave your ass. You can tell, but that's why she asked that question. She wants Miona to admit to saying that in front of everybody. So, Jabri throws Miona under the bus. And he said, Miona told me in the park that she will leave my ass. If they don't get married, she'll leave his ass. So I'll get up and leave him right then and there. Why are you throwing her under the bus? Y'all are in a relationship together. Why would you do that to her? I hate it when people in relationships throw each other under the bus. But Miona, you just gotta love her. You gotta love her. Miona says, she nods her head and she goes, yes, I said it. That is what I said. She's not going to say, no, I didn't say that. Shut up. You don't say that. It's probably something I would do. Shut the hell up. She said, yes, I said it. That's exactly what I said. Then the stepfather chimes in and he said, it doesn't seem like you are committed to him. You're not playing with that father. She is not playing with none of them at that table. Miona says, where is his commitment to me? And she's right. Where's his commitment to her? He told her he loved her. He proposed to her and gave her a ring. They're engaged. He comes back to the States. He filed for her to come to the States. She's here in the States. He promised her a beach wedding if she act right with David. She did. And now y'all attacking her because she wants a beach wedding? What is the problem? So the mother says he should not be pressured into doing something he does not want to do. What doesn't he want to do? He wants to marry her. He has 90 days to do it. Why is he being pressured? If he's being pressured, that's his fault. He's the one that filed for the visa for her to come over here so he can marry her in 90 days. Who is pressuring him? The process? The visa? He did everything. He proposed to her. He got her a ring. He did the visa for her to come over here. He promised her a beach wedding. He's doing all of this, but he's pressured? What is he pressured from? So Miona asked him, am I pressuring you to marry me? Thank you, Miona. Thank you for asking that. But guess what his arsehole said? He said yes. He said yes. He said he didn't like her saying it's going to be over if we don't get married now. Jabri, she said it out of her mouth, but guess what? So did the visa process say it. If you don't get married in 90 days, she's going back to Serbia. She's going back to Serbia, so y'all not gonna be together anyway. So she is gonna leave your ass if you don't get married now. She said it out of her mouth, but that's what the process says. If y'all don't get married in 90 days, she goes back. She leaves your ass. She goes back to Serbia. Okay? I mean, what are you talking about? Then he tells her she is being inconsiderate about the beach wedding. You promised her a beach wedding. How is she being inconsiderate? You want her to have a prairie wedding. She wants to have a beach wedding. How is she being inconsiderate, but you're not being inconsiderate? You want her to have a prairie wedding. Why is a beach wedding inconsiderate and a prairie wedding is not inconsiderate? You can find a beach and marry her on a beach. And I bet you it will be cheaper and prettier. A prairie sound like fields of horses and cows and flies and snakes and spiders. A beach wedding sound like you can hear the ocean. Shh, shh. You have a nice, beautiful view of the ocean. Y'all can carry a couple of chairs out there. Y'all carry a fishing out there, pay him $25, and bam, y'all got yourself a wedding. Her family ain't going to be able to make it over here in less than 90 days for a wedding. So y'all not going to have nobody but your daggone family. So what are you talking about, Jabri? A beach wedding is not expensive. So why are you telling her she's being inconsiderate to want a beach wedding? You promised her a beach wedding. But I heard through the grapevine that she ended up having a prairie wedding. Poor thing. She can't go to no beach. She don't drive. She don't know where the beach is. So she had to, do what they all wanted and have a prairie wedding. I'd be pissed. But I heard she had a prairie wedding. Don't know how true that is. That's what I heard through the grapevine. Okay, so where was I? So, Jabri goes in on Miona and he starts running off at the freaking mouth. He tells her she's inconsiderate, she's impatient. And then the mother's like, oh, wait a minute. The mother knows that looked bad. They're all ganging up on one person. And she knows it looks bad. He's going in on her. And the mother, she's like, oh shit, this looks bad. So she tells, okay, Jabri, calm down a little bit now. Don't be calling her names and stuff. Calm down. She try to step in there a little bit. But Miona ain't phased. Miona is the type of person that will not lie down and let you just roll all over her or walk all over her. She told that Jabri, she tells him in front of his entire family, she says, first of all, I told you, do not talk about our problems with anyone before you talk to me first. And she's talking about the pressure thing because he's telling his family, she's pressuring me to get married. She's pressuring me to get married. And she doesn't know that he's saying this. That's why she had to ask him, am I pressuring you to get married? They didn't discuss that. So she said, first of all, I told you don't talk about our problems to anyone but me first. Talk to me about the problems first before you go mounting off to other people. Because that's like talking shit about her behind her back. And that's what he does. He talks shit about this woman behind her back when he's the one that brought her over here to marry her. Second, it's not everybody's wedding. It's our wedding. So they want a prairie wedding. She wants a beach wedding. He don't give a shit which wedding. He just want to be able to afford it, but you don't need to afford anything expensive. Y'all can afford to go to Chicago and stay in a hotel room. You can afford a small little beach wedding. Stop it. It's not going to be a big wedding because her people can't come over here that quickly for a wedding. So it's just going to be him and his damn family. I'm sweating like a pig. Uh-oh. Let me turn on my fan. Oh, shit, the fan was on. Let me speed it up. Let me turn it up high. Oh, shit, it was on high. What the hell? Why is my fan so low? Feeling so low? Anywho, sweating like a pig. Woo-wee. I closed the window because people were noisy outside. All right, where was I? Poor Miona. I feel so bad for her because they're ganging up on her. She has nobody there. She's in a strange country. She has no friends, no family, nobody. And his family is ganging up on her. And all the damn girl wants is a freaking beach wedding. And why is that so hard? In her confessional, Miona said she's on the verge of crying. And I don't blame her. I would be too because they're ganging up on her. And that's not right. It's not fair. And him and his family can go straight to... I feel your pain, Miona, girlfriend. I feel your pain. Last but not least, we have Kiara and Guillermo. I'm an hour in? Okay. This is the last couple and it's short. So we see them at home. Kara and Guillermo, they're home. And Kara tells the camera that Guillermo's brother is in the hospital in the DR. He has been going through the dialysis. And things took a turn for the worse. And they don't think he's going to make it. It's very sad. Because Guillermo, he can't go back to the DR right now, you know? He can't go back to the DR to see his brother. And I feel so bad for him. And even Kara was very emotional. She's always so tough and easygoing, Lexa-daisy. But she was emotional. The next day, Kara tells the camera that at 4 a.m., Guillermo got a phone call saying that his brother passed away. Oh my gosh. That was so sad. Oh my gosh. Poor Guillermo. Guillermo said he is in shock. You know, it probably hasn't hit him yet, you know? Well, Kara is there for him, and she's trying to help him get through it. She's telling him about the good times with his brother, talking about the good times, you know, he had with his brother. And in his confessional, Guillermo said that his brother supported his relationship with Kara and supported him getting married at a young age. And Guillermo feels that everything's going to be okay with him and Kara. It was so sad. It broke my heart. I am so sad for Guillermo. But that's the end of Kara and Guillermo. And that is the end of my review. I will be back next week with another review. Princess on a pillow here. Sweaty. No eye makeup. Irritated. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.